can't wait to eat this cheeseburger. Man, that's so good. I wonder where this comes from. Well, you see, son, that meat is processed, and it comes from a concentrated animal feeding operation. Let's get into it. So you see, CAFOs are very cost-friendly towards farmers, and it maximizes the amount of meat that they can produce. But they also produce tons of manure. Why is that manure bad? Well, you see, son, when there's an excess amount of manure, there's an excess amount of nutrients. And when that happens, there's too much nutrients for the soil to handle. So where does that go? Into the ocean. And why is that bad? When an excess amount of nitrogen and phosphorus are in the water, it creates these algae blooms that deplete the oxygen level in the water. So that, in turn, hurts the aquatic life in the ocean. So that's why an overproduction of manure from these CAFOs is bad. Well, as opposed to free-range meat. Free-range meat is not only good for the animals, but it's good for the environment as well. So, from free-range grazing, there's a lot of pros and cons. Some of the pros are that it adds less stress to the cows because they're able to move around freely instead of being confined to just one little area. Isn't that right, cow?
Moo.
Thank you. And of course, for the cons, you need so much land to even have a free-range farm. That, in turn, goes to the farmers because they have to pay for said land. So, and also, free-range farming is more ethical than keeping them confined to a little space. So there's a lot of debate whether CAFOs are good or free-range is good. But most farmers would opt to use CAFOs because of the cost efficiency and the production efficiency. So you see, son, that's where your meat comes from.
Ugh, I don't want to eat this anymore.
Alright, here. So we're here to get some pesticides and fertilizers, okay?
What are those?
You know what those are?
No.
Alright, follow me then. I'll explain them to you here. Okay, here. So, right here, this is fertilizer.
Yeah.
You're wondering what is this? Fertilizer is basically it's manure. Manure is a word for poop, which comes from animals, such as cows, bats, or worms, which are used for gardening for plants, are also used for growing plants because they give better life for the plant. Fertilizer has lots of pros for the environment, such as it's easy to store and easy to use, okay? It also provides a lot of nutrients for the plants when you're growing plants. It's also very easy to gather and get. If you have a farm, such as an animal farm, you can get a lot of manure free for cows. Farmers usually use this because it's good for the environment, but lots of cons come with using manure, such as runoff. When using manure, wet manure could run into lakes or could get to the ocean, which causes pollution, which hurts the environment. But it has better benefits than cons. Though the cons are very bad, manure is very good for the environment, which is why we should use this.
I see.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a bag.
Alright. Oh, that one? Okay.
Alright, here. We also gotta get some pesticides.
What are pesticides?
I'm glad you asked. So pesticides are chemicals that are made for plants. And they are made to kill pests and also kill unwanted plants like weeds. They're very good for farming and for keeping together our garden. Because they kill pests such as they can kill ladybugs, they can kill any animal that eats plants. But more than that, it comes with lots of benefits for the environment. Other than, of course, killing the pests and protecting the plants from pests, it also provides nutrients for the plants by giving it a part of a fertilizer, by also giving them nutrients. But it also comes with a cost because too much usage of pesticides could hurt the plants, such as giving them mutations that carry on to future generations of the same plant. It comes with it has lots of benefits, but the cons aren't as good because the cons could hurt the environment, such as the runoff from the pesticides getting into the grass or into the rivers, which hurts the environment, hurts the water, hurts all the plants around it. But these are very good for farming.
Alright. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get one extra.
Man, what a nice
garden. I wonder what they have here. Gotta go check it out. Man, oh man, what a lovely garden. I wonder what they plant here.
Well, son, here we crop lettuce and vertebrae, and in this field we practice intercropping, which is when two or more crops are planted next to each other to have a better overall system, because the individual performance of one crop is not enough. And so when two crops are planted together, they share a very beneficial relationship, and it also promotes biodiversity.
Wow, I wonder what pros and cons this has.
Well, you see, son, some pros of this intercropping is that since there are two different crops in this, they both are able to fight off different pests and disease. Although some cons are that just because that there are two different crops, they may compete for nutrients and water.
Man, I could really go for some food right now. You guys came in? Wait, aren't you guys the most like genetically modified fruits? I mean, you had to go through a lot to become what you are today. I mean, you had to be injected with a bunch of, you know, new nutrients, probably new substances that could help you become what you are today. Like, this orange looks immaculate. Like, I could eat this right now. And this lemon could be perfect for lemonade. I mean, they're probably really acidic, but that's okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they take most of the cropping space. I mean, can that be a bad thing? Can that be a good thing? I mean, it could serve as both. Depends on the soil and what's around the soil. Man, I didn't know if you guys knew this, but apples, grapes, and watermelons are considered as artificially modified, and that could be a good thing because I'm pretty sure they take like a lot of space to grow, which can cause mass food production, which can feed a lot of people and can help, you know, the starving and, you know, people who generally need the food. All right, and I don't think you guys could grow as fast, so there's pros and cons to you guys, but no hard feelings. Again, you guys are good for your own thing, while genetically modified, and you know, you could be used for juices, and I'm pretty sure you guys take longer to grow, and you know, there's a little bit of you guys growing less, while, as I mentioned before, fruits like the apple, grape, and watermelon grow faster and can be easily more produced.
Wow, Mr. Edgar, we had no idea.
Well, it's so informational.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, I'm gonna take you guys to eat.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look what we caught, Angel.
Wow!
Nice.
Fish!
That's a really nice fish.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That fish could probably provide a bunch of nutrients. Since the water's green, you know, there could be a bunch of algae in this water, which, you know, could probably grow plants. Who knows? You know how there's soil right here? It could probably give nutrients to the soil.
Really?
Wow!
Yeah.
Actually, we had no clue. Anything else
Yeah.
did this provide us?
I mean, it can also provide you with, you know, a bunch of health benefits. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's part of the food chain, you know. And did you know we're at the very top?
Really?
Yeah, I know, really insane. But, you know, sometimes water can be contaminated, which could harm us. That's why there's the Clean Water Act, where they help around the ocean try to pick up trash. So fish like that don't eat it and then contaminate us with bacteria.
Wow, we had no clue about that.
Yeah,
I wonder what else we could catch in the river.
yeah. The more you know. I think you could get another bite if you go back.
Alright, well.
Well, I think you. What? How do you get that?
A fish fillet from McDonald's. This looks delicious.
I don't think you should eat that. Don't eat that. Please. Like, honestly, who would eat contaminated food that's been on the dirty water, let alone a floor?
It's a really good question.
This is a good question.
Well, I think you should eat it.
That's quite alright.
But some people get sick though.
Yeah, unlike me. Thank you, Edgar.
Hey, thank you for teaching us something new.
Yeah.
No! My cheeseburger! Hey, I'm sorry about that, man. You know what helped me make me feel better?
What?
Talking about fish farms. Let's go. What? We're in Minecraft now. What the heck?
Whoa, we're in Minecraft.
Whoa, fish farms. Come, check it out, guys. Right now, I want you guys to see this.
That's interesting.
This looks
Alright,
amazing.
let me see if I can fish from here, and it looks far, but I'm gonna give it a try. Whoa, it does work. Ah, yes, the beauty of aquaculture. Did you guys know aquaculture is the farming of fish and shellfish as well as aquatic plants?
Whoa, really?
Yes, really. Aquaculture can occur in marine environments and freshwater as well, guys. And another fun fact, China is a worldwide leader in aquaculture production. Isn't that crazy, you guys?
I never knew that.
Yeah, and some downsides is that it can pollute the water with unsanitary conditions on the net. I could show you that in a bit, and that can lead to a violation of the Clean Water Act. The Clean Water Act is the halt of polluting water to protect our environment in order to keep the fish clean for us to eat, in order to, not contaminate us or harm us in any way. It can affect our health in a very negative way if we do eat contaminated fish, because it could have bacteria or it can have a piece of trash like microplastics. Another piece of information you guys can learn from this is that aquaculture provides over 50% of the world's seafood consumption, which can originate over 4,000 years ago in China, which, as I previously mentioned, they are basically the masters at aquaculture and they know how to catch fish.
That's cool. What about this cage over here?
Oh, that cage. As I previously mentioned, this is another way of catching fish. As I mentioned before, it can pollute the water with unsanitary conditions on the net, or in this case, it can probably release rust into the ocean since it's metal, and I'm pretty sure rust is pretty bad for the ocean. If I remember correctly, rust is generally bad for the ocean as it releases toxic metal ions and creates hydraulic acid and causes chemical pollution that disrupts marine ecosystems. Anyways, I think we need to go check on these plants I have to show you guys, or this system. Follow me.
Okay, let's go. And what's this over here?
Well, I'm pretty glad you asked. This is a flood irrigation.
What are the pros and cons for this flood irrigation?
Some pros are easy, inexpensive, and mechanization is not required for this irrigation. But some cons are it requires water nearby, not for all plant types, land must be graded, levels are also needed, and as well as 20% of water is lost to evaporation, and it needs water lodging and salinization.
Why is it so close to the ocean?
I'm so glad you asked. It's because flood irrigation requires a large nearby water source, primarily because the method relies on sheer volume and gravity to saturate the soil surface rather than pressurized delivery systems. Adding on, in order for it to be effective, the technique requires a large amount of water to be quickly diverted from a river, canal, or reservoir, covering the field until the soil can absorb it.
And what's this over here?
Oh, that? It's the, alternative of the flood irrigation called the furrow irrigation. Some pros are that it's low investment, high sediment, water can be used, as well as it allows for some precision of application. Some cons are that it's not efficient or sandy soil, it's difficult to apply small amounts, and 33% of water is lost to evaporation, and it could cause some soil erosion. Elaborating on the low investment claim, I mean it's significantly lower with initial equipment and energy expenses compared to pressurized system by using gravity to direct water along crop rows, as you could see right here. Alright guys, well, I think that concludes our segment on aquaculture as well as our presentation as a whole. Oh, I still see you're eating that fish fillet. Let's just finish this up, alright guys? Alright, well, see you guys.
Later, Gators.
Bye.